Hi, my name is ISC, or I Swear Chris as I'm known on a few different platforms. I'm returning again today to try to tackle a few more tracks in Mayro's Mario Kart Midnight pack and get more in depth into things. I really want to try to get better at good commentary on the fly, so I'm going to try to experiment with a few things over time. But I did 3 tracks last time, and I'm going to try to do 3 new ones today too. I noticed a lot of people last video mentioned trying to broaden the scope of things or possibly try to give more impactful feedback. I really want to do that too in the future if I can, but I think I'll have to mess around with different formats for that too. But anyway, this video itself will have a lot of edited parts to condense everything into something really good too. So feel free to leave any comments or feedback down below if you'd like, and be sure to subscribe to Mayro on YouTube and me too if you wanna. Let's get into it. Alright, the first track I really want to talk about today is going to be Shroom Sky Bridge by Fuffina. This one won the Mario Kart DS Sequels Jam that happened, I believe, in August. This track was really insane. I remember loving it, adoring it, thinking it was one of the best jam tracks ever. I still do. I think it's an amazing track all the way throughout, and I know Fuffina updated it a little bit towards the end of the year. I believe that version is in Midnight, so... I did a texture hack of this track recently too, just because I really loved it. And it plays great. There's so many good things about this track in such a small package like this. I love tracks like this. There's this really cool shortcut here that's so fun to perform. What I love about this track in particular is the car routes and placement is so good. It actually makes you have to go inside to avoid cars on certain laps. And they're adaptable and reactable too. It's a bit like Moonview highway cars that feel super natural to drive around or through. And if you get really good at the track, you can maximize the routes and positions even in an online setting. And I love little details like that. What's so smart about this track, in my opinion, is just how precise it is too. I feel like it doesn't really miss a beat. It literally does feel like something that Nintendo would make. You have this amazing little dip like that just feels so natural. I know it's such a tiny thing to mention something like that, but I really feel like with tracks like this, it's the little things that make everything super good about it. One major thing is, of course, you have these really pretty details, like the flowers along the outside, the vines along these cliff faces in various parts of the track. It just creates a really unique atmosphere. I like the little signs too for decoration all over the track. I feel like it adds a little bit of life and personality too. But yeah, that is Shroom Sky Bridge. It's a very short, very simple, very little sweet track. It feels very unique. I'm not really sure there's many tracks that have this same kind of stylization to them, and I just really adore this track. I honestly think, I know it's crazy to say this, but I honestly don't think there is anything that I would even change about the current version. I love this track that much that I wouldn't even suggest anything changing. Besides in versus mode. In versus mode, I know there's some interesting item placement. I think there's a couple extra too many item sets in versus mode, and if you have more than 5, you can have issues with people pulling a mushroom in first place due to mushroom glitch. So beyond that, I think this track is phenomenal, one of my favorites. I really love it, and I think Fuffina did a phenomenal job in general. Okay, so the second track I want to talk about is going to be Custom Track Russian Roulette. This one was made by emanresU. The track itself is insane. This one is to me a figurehead of what Midnight is about as a general track pack, which is about showing off the weirdest and the most just the least CTGP-esque courses possible. It's just very unique and special feeling tracks that are just all the way good but weird within the community. Pretty much the whole gimmick of this track is what you're about to see. I won't spoil it too much, but you could probably guess based off the name what we're getting into. Got some weird going on here. The entire concept of this track is insane. So we got that. Getting out of this area now. Pretty much the whole concept of this track is going to be, as we go through it, we're going to experience different potential tracks You can tell from the minimap, 40% chance of a good track. We have a very low shot of getting a track that's considered good. But all of these are different little sections that we can play through. And it also functions online like this too. So you can imagine some online races with this track being absolutely absurd. Oh my god. I wonder if I can... I'm just going to drift through this off-road at this point. Oh my god. But yeah, trying to play a track like this, I don't even know how it would work in time trials, to be honest. If it would, you just have to get the best option every time. Alright. So which option is this one? Oh, it's this one again. Okay. Alright, so last choice. Let's see what we got. Is it a good? Is it a bad? I think we got this one earlier again. Alright. That loop almost works. It just doesn't quite. Reminds me of like Super Curio Raceway or one of those old tracks with the loops that like almost work sometimes. Okay. I gotta get through this off-road one more time. There we go. Okay. This is just one of the weirdest tracks ever. I'm honestly not even sure what to say about it at points. I just know that that would be absolutely nuts to play online. That I am 100% certain of, which is why it gets picked a lot. I don't know if it still is, but for the longest time, this one was like #1 picked most online. In terms of feedback, it does exactly what it's trying to do. It knows what it wants to be, and it's doing it. I can't really hate on a track that's doing that, or say anything like, you know, besides it's just one of the craziest tracks I've ever played in my life. I kind of really love it for that reason too. In general, maybe an extra section or two. I don't know if that's realistically possible with the try count, but maybe like, because I know the object that runs the track is a modified piranha plant, like pipe object. What he could theoretically do is change it so that there's like an extra cannon or two on it and have like 1 or 2 more sections. But I think this is perfectly fine as is too. It's just a very goofy, lighthearted kind of course and very fun for what it is. So, and the very last track I want to do today, this one was a request. I got a request for this track on the last video. This track is Gloomy Castle. I think I've played this one as well once or twice. I played every track in here at least once. I'm just really curious, like, to play them and try to experience them a little bit more in a setting like this and see just what it's like. I remember this one being absurd, like really absurd if I remember right. But let's give it a shot. So far we got some really unique visuals and an environment that I've never really seen that much in many CTs. Oh my god, that Thwomp is having having a fun time. Oh my god. I like the directional arrows to at least tell me where to go a little bit. So it's up here, going to the right here. These stairs are interesting too. They're actually like modeled to be stairs. It's a unique half pipe. It seems orchestrated well enough to where it would be very consistent too, so that's good. You just have to know it exists. Moving thwomps. I love those kinds of little details like that too. So we're turning right. Yeah, the arrows help so much here. That was a really good decision. Okay, so here. Trick up here. Whoa, cannon. That was, I think, that was insane. That was a cool little detail and touch. I'm really digging this track. This one feels really, really good. I don't even know who made it, so I can't really like say off the top of my head, but I really enjoy this track. Like a lot. Okay. So that was one lap. I wonder if anything... Oh, are we going a different route? We're going a different route. What is happening? Oh my god. I think that was different, yeah. We go here now? And there's 2 separate routes we can go. This track is nutty. Okay, so to the right here. This feels perfect for a pack like this. It's just insane. There's a lot going on, multiple different branching routes and paths. This is a very old school kind of like CT. I can feel it already. It gives me like old comp vibes. Something like Castle of Time or like a track like that for sure. I really like that style of CT. And the music is insane too. Okay, so to the left, to the right. Oh, you can go either direction? This track is nuts. Can you do it backwards too? I'm trying to figure everything out that's going on in this track. There's more? Different route again? What is happening? Well, that was cool. That was very cool. I'm not even sure what to say about that track, besides it was just awesome. I would say maybe like a little more visual department in like the inner parts of the castle. Could maybe use some like, I don't know, windows or like decorations on the walls or something, maybe a little bit of variation. But beyond that, I really enjoyed this track. Surprisingly, it was like very clear. I didn't think it would be like as clear as it was. Just the arrows helped it like an immense amount, if I'm being honest. I think it needs those too, otherwise this track wouldn't work as well for that context. Honestly, yeah, that track was really phenomenal. I enjoyed it a lot. A lot. I think that's gonna be everything for today again, guys. It was a lot of fun recording this one too. I always really love trying to put out new different styles of content and try to explore a little bit. So as always, if there's any kind of feedback or ideas that you guys have or different suggestions for either this video or different kinds of videos, let me know below too. Thanks for watching. There should be more content coming very soon, just like this too. I really appreciate everybody, and have a great rest of your day, guys. Peace.